morning, welcome back to Wake Up Rose Hill. I'm Sydney Gilchrist.
And I'm Sydney Lacose. Volleyball is at Clearwater tonight with Mulvane, while soccer will be with Circle at home.
See you at the pool list tomorrow at 8:15 for the National Day of Student Prayer. Donuts will be provided. Anyone is invited at the flagpole at the high school.
This Friday and Saturday, the drama department will be putting on the production 12 Angry Men. Doors open at 7 on Friday.
Last Thursday, staff members from Wake Up Rose Hill competed in the Kansas Preps Corps competition at the Kansas State Fair. Tegan Belcher, a staff member who participated, has more.
5 members of the broadcasting team at the high school had the opportunity to compete in the Kansas Press Corps journalism competition at the state fair. Our job was to make a show with an intro, stories, an outro, and transitions. Sam Larson made the intro and outro. He also added the transitions and made sure all of the stories were put in order. We were provided with 3 stories. The leading story was focusing on the arts building, and we were also provided with specific points to add to this story. The second story was about the pollinator gardens. Jordan Croft was in charge of this story.
My story at the fair was over the pollinator gardens, which were scattered around the fair, and I had to interview the lady who was in charge of them to get more information for my story.
The final story we did was the story of our choice. Our team chose to do this story over the Dillons' 100th anniversary, as they had a big booth at the fair. Sydney Gilchrist covered this story.
My story was over the Dillons' 100th anniversary. And there was a stand at the fair that they did that had tons of old photos from when they first started. And I talked to a lady that knew more about everything and kind of the history of Dillons.
For Wake Up Rose Hill, I'm Tegan Belcher.
Heather Schultz, the guest speaker from last week, talked a lot about her hardships in life. Sydney Gilchrist has more.
Our guest speaker, Heather Schultz, talked about her story, and after facing her fears, she built resilience.
Because on one hand, I loved my dad, and then on the other hand, I hated the things that we suffered at his hands. I could not imagine ever forgiving my dad. I remember standing behind him. He didn't even know I was there, and I just started visualizing what my future would look like if I didn't forgive him, and what my future would look like if I did. I chose the latter. My dad was the one who taught me about resilience. His life and his death taught me about resilience.
Heather talks about how she started speaking for a youth group in Michigan and her opinion on her first steps to forgiveness.
First step in forgiveness would be always ask yourself this question: is what I'm doing hurting or helping me? And when I asked that question, I was only hurting me. Because so often, we don't even need to let the other person know that we're forgiving them. They're not really in that equation. It's for us, because we're the ones carrying that hurt and that anger, which is just eating away at us. It gives you an answer that allows you to move in the best direction for you and for your life.
The social media post of the day comes from the Rose Hill Fall Fest on Instagram, announcing registration for the 9th annual fishing derby.
Okay.
Now for what you've all been waiting for, your 2021 homecoming candidates. First, the King candidates: Kate Evans, Lane Gardner, and Brody Barris. And the Queen candidates: Jenna McCullough, Lexi Munn, and Jillian Rockley. The homecoming court includes juniors Kylie Ulick and Connor Ferrante, sophomores Grace Kane and Connor Wallace, and freshmen Riley Funk and Colton Roberts. Congratulations to all the nominees.
Thanks for joining us on Wake Up Rose Hill. We'll see you Thursday.